Hey guys, welcome back to Choose Your Own Path. So today we're doing something different with the Kingroon. So a lot of people were telling me to maybe hook up a cooling fan. So kind of looked up at what a cooling fan was and all that stuff and blah blah blah. And you know what? I think it's just a fan. What do you think? Look who's here. That's my nephew. There's he right there. Squish, squish. Hey. I scratched you.
Crush your head.
Hey, crush you. Anyway, so what did I do? Went and got myself a computer fan. Hooked it up. Just basically spliced it into, what is that? It's like a
110 volt.
120 volt.
Standard household average.
Yeah, because would this be AC or DC on a computer?
Probably both.
Probably both. Well, whatever, it works. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 experiments to see if it works. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm printing. You're gonna see it at the end if it works. We got a fan. It's a pretty damn big fan. Okay, let me just turn this guy around. Get you a little closer. All right, you see that? That's a pretty big fan. And it's blowing air all the way to back here. So I think it's cooling, it's hardening it down. The biggest test, because we're only at 22%, right? So it says 3-hour build, is when the smaller things, all right, I'll tell you what it is. What is it?
It's a giant moose.
It's a war moose.
War moose.
War moose. So we're doing a war moose. What the hell's a war moose?
Giant moose with
It's a
howdah on its back.
Say again?
It's a moose with a howdah on its back.
Howdy do. So,
It's a howdah, you ask.
how do you do that? So we got ourselves a big ass moose. Probably what, 7 centimeters being built?
7, yeah.
Something. So the biggest thing about any printer without a cooling fan, like there's a fan here, and then there's a fan in there. That's all I know about the King. But there's no fan hitting the nozzle. So I've seen a couple of setups. I've seen a couple of things where a guy printed back here, basically attached to this box, and it had like 2 little like funnels, but the fan went on both sides, and it actually would cool off where the extruder is, and he says it works great. This is my thing. I want to try. I just, like I said, rigged that up. Ain't gonna blow up on me. 3-hour print. We're gonna see what happens when the antlers come out. That's the biggest test. Is it gonna fail? Is it gonna look better? Because one of the biggest things is when you print small stuff that's standing upwards, it's so hot, right? That's what I said. It's so hot that it kind of melts down the pieces. I'll give an example. These guys did not have supports. I had to sand all the bottom of these logs off. What are these guys called again?
They're goblins.
Goblins, and they got a big stick. They're going on
I know, they're trying to fight the mammoth.
the mammoth once they get done. But they had a lot of extrusion, a lot of kind of stringy stuff going on because it had nowhere to go. There's the one thing. Again, I know one of the guys on the Kingroon site on Facebook, said, well, you should have known better, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're right, I should have known better. They need supports when things are hanging. That's why these guys are there. The cooling is what we're looking for. Are we going to get stringing? Are we going to get any kind of overhang where it's just going to melt it? We're going to say, we hope not. Right, buddy?
I hope not.
I hope not. So, again, we got a long way to go. So, we're not going to post this yet. We're going to give you an update when it hits to around 50-ish%, and then maybe 70%, maybe right to 100. We'll see how long this old man can stay up. We'll get back to it. All right, guys. So I said we'd go back around 50%. We're at 57%. It's looking pretty good. You see the moose head and the antler. The only thing that I don't see that's right on here is, if you could see it, there's a leg there, right there. And it's not attached to anything. It might have slipped out when the print was starting, I guess. But yeah, the fan's still working, and it's gonna be, it's been running for 2 hours, and it was like a 3-hour print, so we will probably have to finish this up in the morning. I'm getting tired, so we'll take it off tomorrow and see how it goes. All right, see you in the morning. This is going to be test part 2 to see the difference between our war moose. Looks pretty good. We'll have it cleaned up and show you more. Not very many there's lines hanging. So this is without a fan. And minus, well, I shouldn't say without, it has that fan. Without the big fan that I had here. We'll see what it turns out. And we'll compare both of them, right? Okay. Alright, so we are at about 41%. And I can see quite a bit of a difference going on here. If you look at the back leg, there's either some separation there or I don't know, something different. We'll check it out more when it's done. A lot more stringiness. I guess you can see how clear right here looks. And I'm looking at this, and it's the same setting, so we'll let it finish it off. We'll see the difference. So the builds are finished. So you can, this is the one with the fan, and you can see, I was telling you right there, it looks pretty clean. Here's the one I did without the fan, and you can see it's mucked up there. Something separated there, which it didn't separate here. The leg on both sides, as you can see, that one failed. So did that one, for some reason. Look, if you see the moose's nose, it's clean there on this one. On this one, what the hell happened? Looking at it forward, this moose antler worked out a lot better than that antler in this sense. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the supports off, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's cleaned up. After the fan versus no fan that I've done, these are the same prints, done the same time, nothing's changed, same time for heating the bed, the PLA I used, the time and all that, whatever. You can tell the one with the fan turned out pretty good. The face is good, the legs are good. The one with no fan, for some reason, didn't want to cool down and melted it. And also, you can see here, it's separated. Now, though on the other side, we have an issue, and I think this could have been just a file problem. Both legs, both back right legs didn't, they failed. They basically fell off. Here, the antlers didn't heat up and stick to the face. Again, you can see the face is really bad. Here is pretty damn good. So, again, final conclusion is a fan will be used. Now, here's the thing. Do you go in by yourself a proper fan that you can 3D print and mount it to your machine? You can. Can you do what I did? Well, it shows you exactly what happened. Is I just used a normal PC fan, wired it together to the plug, and kept it running. Now, I think what I would probably do is like to get on the Kingroon is the 2 fans that go right to the extruder, right to the nozzle, and then basically see what happens. So yeah, I would recommend either way. Get yourself a fan or hook up some sort of fan that would help cool down. Like I said, kind of a fail there, but that's okay. we can glue we have the legs right there that would go on here. We glue on, it still makes good. This is a fail. This one is from the scrapyard, or maybe my nephew will take it for parts. You never know. Yeah, this one was good. So thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, share. Tip jar at the bottom. Remember, this is about the Kingroon 3D printer and the fan that I use as a first time experiment, where I did not 3D print a piece and hook it up to it. I just did my own style. So let me know if you like that or not. If you do that, I mean, it's up to you. You could go out and buy a fan, I guess, but if you have them at home and they're just sitting there, why not use them? All right, on to the next one.